I got a lot of respect for you because where we're very similar, even though I'm the old bull, is I had to do it myself, man. I had to find my audience. I had to figure out, because this town didn't give a shit what I was bringing to the table. At that time, they took a look at me and they were like, no, we already have somebody who kind of moves around and is, vibrant and fucking, and they just dismissed me.
Who was
Why is that though?
Well, it's because at that point in my life, I didn't have the analytics, which is asses and seats, it used to be called. Now it's whatever, fucking, clicks or follows or likes. But back then, if you didn't have that data sheet of asses and seats, they didn't care. Didn't care how good your audition was. Didn't care if you were the right guy. You weren't until you tricked the system into making the industry believe you're the right guy.
Industry wasn't willing to take the risk that on someone who could maybe move the needle?
A week before I released my second album, Retaliation, a week before, we couldn't get one publication to write about it. Spin, Rolling Stone, like anybody, nobody, even like fucking Harper's Bazaar was not going to take it.
Oh man!
When that
Home and Garden?
when that CD dropped, and I did that with the click of TikTok 1.0 is MySpace.
Yeah.
And when I clicked send and I hit a global fan base, 2 weeks after that dropped, it was Jay-Z and me on the actual Billboard Top 100.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Everybody that passed called me. Even people that didn't care about the story.
Yep.
Suddenly the allure was there. So you got to kind of hack the system sometimes and show them what you have, even though they're not willing to take a first look.
Although when those outlets reached back out to you, I'm sure it felt good and it was very beneficial for your career.
Dude.
But did you want to tell them to go fuck themselves?
A couple I did. Yeah. But in a political way, because you're still like, well, we may all meet. And the other thing you learn in this industry is like the person you tell go fuck yourself, well, when they're gone 3 months later to a new location that you might be interested in parlaying with, and then somebody else takes over their old job that you actually like, now you've destroyed bridges that are unnecessary. So now you just play it like you missed out, pal.
Yeah.
So Betty White, 98, right?
Yeah.
8:30 p.m. Saturday night. Nobody wants to watch that shit, especially in Boston or wherever on the fucking East Coast. They're all at the pubs, right? How do you get from there to Vicious Circle? Like, what does that look like? What was like the moment where you were like, holy shit, this is working?
Well, it's probably when Retaliation hit, because I had the first release was Harmful If Swallowed, and that was kind of like underground in college, and it put me on the map. But again, the way the industry looked at it was like that fad of MySpace. You just got lucky with the click of and they didn't think that was the internet was actually the highway that we were all going to be trapped.
Comedian to go viral.
Thank you for saying that. I wanted to. Thank you.
No, I was just saying it's just
You
really
were
cool.
a pioneer of the internet, weren't you?
So the first one comes out and everybody's kind of like, okay, he's the flavor of the month, or whatever. And then when Retaliation comes out, I got a call from Lorne Michaels. I was in Vegas in a hotel room for the Vegas Comedy Festival, and Lorne Michaels calls me, and he goes, I heard about your album, and I said, yeah, man, I'm right next to Jay-Z, and then he just went, you're hosting.
Oh my God.
And he gave me my first hosting gig on SNL. And after that, it was just game changing. Everything changed after that. Doors were opening left and right. And, for a little while, it's kind of silly because you're almost like, all right, I'm not this good. I'm good. I'll get better. But there was a period there where it's just like, hey, while the getting's good, you got to take advantage of it.
I recently started stand-up, and when I was joining it, I like to kind of step back and look at the greats.
Yeah.
You severely impacted the whole shift of comedy. Like, I'm just talking to people that are great, and they're looking at me, and they're always bringing you up on how you came into the game and completely changed it from, and this is their words, not mine. They go, back then, there wasn't this really good-looking young white kid that was coming in, getting people's attentions from different aspects.
Right.
You really wanted it, and you weren't scared trying to do it in any other way
First
possible.
of all, welcome to the fucking party, because
I appreciate that.
it's a wild ride, but if you love it, then stick with it. But I will tell you, it's like, I knew, can I be permission to speak freely?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, here's the thing. I knew I was ahead of the curve with the whole internet thing. I really was like, everyone's fucking wrong, and I'm right. And I'm even telling people, I wasn't even like keeping it to myself. I would go to other musicians and comics and be like, do what I'm doing.
No way.
Do this. Set up the page like this. offer this, put your shit for free on Napster and LimeWire and Kazaa and fucking give it away, man.
Oh my God.
Give it away. So a lot of people, not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody loves it. I love it. I love tech. I always liked creating and editing and fucking, what font should Helvetica? Fucking bold. You know, it's like, I love every fucking, I make my own flyers, dude. It's like, I was doing I was a fulfillment center. I was my own fulfillment center. I was packaging my shit and sending it to people. But in that moment, I knew that generationally, here's what happened. The 80s was a boom. All our favorites that we know today of like the biggest of the Robin Williams and everybody else came. Yep. The 90s, Comedy Central, although offering a bit of a turnstile, then oversaturated the market with a lot of people that were not ready to be out there in a major way. So it gets oversaturated and it kills the comedy album and it kills really live comedy because everybody from the 80s boom was like, oh, who's next? And nobody was next. There was nobody generationally where I knew I was like years of grinding and doing colleges and doing fucking every college. So right around that 99, 2000, when I had that first album, selling it out of my trunk, I was like, I'm winning.